Well, it's been a while, hasn't it? Yes, it has. It's been a while since I've done a review on a Sony and DreamWorks movie. I want to apologize for this. Honestly, I've been really busy. And by busy, I have been going through, like movies and all that because, I've been watching a lot of them because, I'm trying to decide which ones I want to keep and which ones I want to get rid of, and all that. Basically, though, yeah, I've been trying to get that going and all that. I've also been going through Vogue Rehab, trying to get done with that, and I've been doing other videos too and all that. So I've been busy and all that. Been very, very busy. But I want to get back to doing a review on a movie called Arthur Christmas. Arthur Christmas, which ironically is actually released on the same day as the SpongeBob episode, known as the Square Family Vacation episode I did for my 300 subscriber special. If you guys want to check that out. But yes, But I am sorry, though, it's been taking this long. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about at the end of the video if I can remember, because sometimes I forget this stuff and all that. But anywho, guys, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. It would really help me out a lot. It really would. And now, let's go ahead and talk about Arthur Christmas. So, Arthur Christmas. Arthur Christmas is one of the, it's another Sony animation, film. That, by the way, like I said, it released in, it released in November 11th, 2011, which is a really cool number, and all that, because it's where, all numbers match, all of them match, are all ones, which is pretty cool. Again, that won't happen again for a long time. I mean, to be honest, that won't happen till the year 222. But if we're being real here, people, when they mark stuff and all that, they usually just use the 2-digit dates and all that. That's how I did it in school and all that, because it's a lot shorter and all that than writing out the whole thing. I don't know, but that's why I throw it out like this and not like, the other one, because I think it's a cool number, and all that, and it's cool. I mean, I could do it with the other ones too, but there hasn't been, I don't think, a film yet, or a TV show or something, or even an episode where it's been released on a matching date. But I could do that. I could do that for some special occasions. Because I always liked doing that in school and all that. I loved, matching the dates and all that. It was really fun. But I don't know, but enough about the date. Let's talk about Arthur Christmas. So, Arthur Christmas, what is this movie about? Well, apparently it's about Santa Claus, because it's a Christmas movie, you gotta have Santa Claus and all that, and, apparently Arthur gets a letter from a girl about not believing in Santa Claus and all that, but she wants a bike and all that, and by the way, it takes, forever for them to bring this up again. It does. This movie kind of drags. It can drag at times. It can, I do like how Santa's elves are I do like how they're Santa's elves and stuff, they're ninjas and all that go from streams and stuff. Even in this screenshot here, you can see they're on streams, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool and all that, and then you got, their ship is it's got, stars on it, so it blends into the sky and all that. It's pretty cool, And and honestly, this film's kind of interesting, because this film is, it's actually, it looks a lot different than other Sony animated movies. It's got a different animation style, it does, which I think is pretty cool. It's nice seeing a different animation style. Other studios like Pixar stuff would do this way down the road. But Pixar Pixar and DreamWorks, well, I guess DreamWorks did this even earlier on. They had like 2D animated movies and stuff, but Pixar was one of the popular studios that didn't start doing this until way later on, where they started experimenting with the character designs and stuff, instead of making them look, like real world objects or, whatever Pixar does, they started experimenting and making them look more cartoony and stuff, but also making realistic looking designs at the same time, which is pretty cool. But this is actually, I believe, the first Sony animated movie to do this. Also, fun fact, Bill Nye apparently is in this movie. Bill Nye the Science Guy, that guy? Which, by the way, it was a pretty good show. Despite what people think about him, I hear people have negative thoughts about Bill Nye now. But, you could say that about a lot of Hollywood actors, honestly, or people in general, honestly, that work in, these studios and stuff. You can say that. But you gotta admit that he does do a pretty good performance. Apparently, he voices Santa Claus and all that, which is pretty cool. I don't know if I think he might voice the old Santa too, which is Santa's dad, but I don't know. But it's pretty cool he's in this movie. There's a lot of famous people in this movie. Even Santa's older son, because he has two sons. His older son is his older son, honestly, his voice sounds really familiar. I can't figure it out, but he just sounds familiar. But what's really odd too is, speaking of voices, is all the characters here. I didn't bring this up I was talking about the animation, but another thing that's unique about this film is most of the characters, actually almost all of them, are voiced by British people. Yes, British people are voicing these characters. So they're all voicing these characters and all that. There are a few voice actors, like Bill Nye is not. I don't think Bill Nye is British. I don't know. Maybe he is. I don't know. I had an aide in school. She was British and all. Well, she is British in her, but she wasn't really, she wasn't British, but she could speak in a British accent. But I don't know, maybe Bill Nye was British too. I don't know. But I do know that he voices a character in this movie, which I did not know about until I looked it up. But I do know that most of the characters are in fact using actual British accents. So it makes me wonder if this film was actually made in another country, maybe, and maybe Sony decided to pick it up here. I don't know. I would think, maybe Open Season stuff was the same way, but Open Season, the characters were all different voices, so they weren't all the same voices, and, but that was all, I think that was actually made in another country too, so I don't know, but it's just fascinating that Sony's got all these different movies from different countries and stuff that were produced, and it's pretty interesting, but yeah, I gotta say, I do think they do a pretty good job voicing the characters. So, yeah, the voices are really good, and then we got good animation and all that. So what else do we got? Well, we got the story, which, by the way, like I said, Arthur apparently, I mentioned this, that Arthur, gets a mail from, he gets mail from a little girl and stuff that wants a bike and all that, like I said, it takes forever for them to get to it, and, this is probably where some of my problems come in with this movie, honestly, and this may be where it kind of drags it down a lot. This movie feels really, I don't know, it feels, I don't know if it would say rushed, or, I don't know, uninspiring at times, I don't know, it feels off, we'll just say it feels kind of off, Santa is doing his job, he's doing his job trying to, deliver toys and all that, and, he's delivering toys, like Santa does, and then, and suddenly they forget a toy, which is a bike, and Santa literally just freaking gives up. He just gives up and doesn't even bother giving the toy they don't even bring up why, I get, some characters do have selfish moments in movies, because then they reveal, backstories, but we don't really have a freaking backstory. It just feels like Santa doesn't freaking care about this damn child who wants a fucking bike, Come on, Santa, you're supposed to be good. maybe you're being a little naughty here, huh, Santa? You're being naughty? Yeah, Santa seems to be very naughty in this movie. But yeah, like I said, he's being very naughty. He's supposed to be the happy, jolly guy, but he just is being selfish and freaking doesn't care about this girl getting a bike. And same goes with his older son. So Arthur, because I think his older son was supposed to be in line for Santa's throne, and all that, so Arthur is upset because he wants to please this girl, which is nice, and then he goes out and basically goes out and delivers the toy. He delivers the toy. Honestly, there's really not much to this. Honestly, there's not really. It's not really a lot of funny moments. Basically, Santa's dad goes along and all that. Who apparently is over 100 years old. So there's that. I don't know where the heck his wife is at. They never explained that. They never really explain the whole Santa thing. They basically show pictures of multiple Santas at the beginning of the movie, and they don't really bring it up much throughout the movie. I think they bring it up a little bit, but not a lot. But it can get a little dark at times and all that. It can, but basically, old Santa wants to do things the old way and all that, and has Arthur take his old sleigh and all that, and basically, he takes his old sleigh, which they thought they abandoned and all that, and it gets them in a lot of trouble where people start discovering that and finding clues, and basically they think that there's a UFO or something, aliens are trying to ruin Christmas or something and all that. I don't know, it's kind of silly and all that. It is kind of cool the way they hide it, but honestly, they never freaking explain why they're hiding this shit from freaking, people, I don't really get that, I don't get that at all. I don't get why they're doing that. They're just, they're just hiding this stuff from people. I don't get why. I kind of wish they would explain it. Maybe they explained that, maybe if Santa, gets exposed or something, he loses his magic or something. I don't know. They could do something about it. Because I don't know. That's kind of one trend I don't like in cartoons when they do this and stuff. The Fairly Odd Prince was the same way, but they made it, in the older seasons of that show, they actually made, more funny and stuff, but over time it just got stale and boring after a while, trying to hide it and stuff, and all that. That's kind of how, a lot of stuff is, though. Dookie talking on Johnny Test. It's funny the way they hide it at first, but then it just gets stale after a while. That's kind of how this movie would be. I mean, this movie does do a good job hiding, Santa's identity and stuff, but I don't know, I just feel like this would have been cool if they could have, or maybe they could have had the girl get revealed. I mean, I guess they kind of do. Now that I think about it, they kind of do, I think they kind of do reveal themselves at the end. I think the girl sees Arthur dressed as Santa Claus by accident, snow got on him. So I guess they kind of do have the girl see Santa, which I think was good. But I don't know. I kind of wish they would all the Santas, because all of them were there. The old Santa himself, his two sons, one of the elves. They were all there. That would have been kind of cool, It would have been kind of cool to see them actually see Santa. That would have been cool, but I don't know. I mean, it was cool the little girl got to see Arthur, but I don't know. Speaking of Arthur, apparently Arthur gets Arthur basically goes through some. Arthur basically becomes Santa and all that, and honestly, I don't feel like they were building up for him to be Santa. I feel like they were building his brother up to be Santa, honestly. It kind of feels like the writers just were, throwing that in at the last minute and all that. I feel like his brother was supposed to be the actual Santa and all that. He does a shitty job. I mean, he freaking tries to steal a bike from a person and all that, which, by the way, does kind of frustrate me when I'm watching it, because I'm these are supposed to be freaking good guys, and I'm looking at Santa himself, selfish and not wanting to give a freaking toy to someone, and then, and then his son, like his older son, like trying to freaking steal a bike from this other person, and yeah, like he was expecting it to be that little girl, but I don't know, I still feel like he could have explained it instead of just trying to freaking take it from the boy and making him cry. That just makes it kind of frustrating. So yeah, there's a lot of problems with this movie. There's a lot of problems. There's touching moments, but there's a lot of problems with this movie I have. Honestly, I don't know. But honestly, I think overall this film it's still got its moments. I do like the animation, I like the voice acting and all that, but honestly, I don't feel like there's a whole lot really to it and all that. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a meh and 51 points. Yes, a meh. It seems like a lot of Sony picture animation movies are getting mehs, I noticed. I mean, we're on the 7th one now. Yeah, the 7th one, and we've got another meh. I'm really hoping we get these movies pick up. I really hope it will. But I don't know. But I mean, I think that actually the next movie will pick up. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. The next movie is gonna be definitely more interesting to talk about. It's also kind of a seasonal thing too. But I don't know. But this movie, like I said, this movie's not bad. Like it's not awful. I don't hate this movie, but I don't like it either. I think this movie is kind of one of those movies where I could probably watch it every so often, but I really don't care for it. It's just not one of those movies that I like. I think they've done this trend so much better in other movies and all that. Like heck, freaking Family Guy. Family Guy did this better than what they are doing here. And Family Guy's second half to the road to the North Pole can get very screwed up and dark at times. But they still make it a lot more enjoyable to watch than this. Even if there's a gruesome scene, where they break into, a house and freaking kill people, but at least it's a lot more funny and enjoyable to watch, despite, that one scene in the episode. But I don't know, this is just alright. Like, there are frustrating moments, but I don't think there's a whole lot really to hate. I like the animation and all that, and it's not the worst thing I've seen, but honestly, yeah, I think it's one of the weaker Sony movies. I don't think it's as bad as Open Season. I think honestly, I could put this movie honestly above all the Open Season movies I have reviewed so far. Yes, all of those are forgettable. And by the way, I keep forgetting to point this out, but actually, I don't know. I think that was actually not too long ago. I think I've reviewed it before the last movie, which was the Smurfs. But I did state that well, someone apparently pointed out in the comments that the voice actor for Elliot was apparently her name. I mean, she's basically a she. She's a female and all that. She voiced Elliot and all that, and she voiced Sparky. Now the funny thing is about that, she's actually trans, but she's a female. Now I don't know what her name is. I forgot what the person said, but that's kind of fascinating that the same voice actor that voiced Sparky voiced, Elliot. That's pretty cool. I did not know that, but I guess the more you know, I guess. But I don't know, but I just wanted to point that out because I keep forgetting to point that out, but I don't know, but anywho, yeah, I feel like that this movie's just got nothing. It's not really much to it. I thought about making a comment question for this, but I couldn't think of anything, so I don't know. I will point out this is kind of funny, but does anybody else look at these elves and think they're something from the Rice Krispie, commercials and boxes and stuff? I mean, they look like they're freaking little Rice Krispie, elves or something. Like, they just look weird. I don't know. I don't know if that's just you, but I mean, it feels like that when I look at these elves. They just they look so funny. You can't see it right now, but if you go over here and look at it, yeah, they look like they're from the Rice Krispie, stuff. I don't know, they just look kind of like that, but I don't know. I think that was kind of a little weird. It's kind of cool, but it's kind of funny and weird at the same time, but I don't know. But anywho, I'm gonna probably go ahead and let this go and all that, because I feel like this review is probably a lot shorter, but I just don't have a lot to say about this movie, but I don't know, but I think I've talked about it a lot, and I want to do some stuff for this month. I want to do some holiday stuff, because the next movie will be a holiday related movie too. Well, it's not really a holiday related movie, but it will be kind of themed around one. But it's not gonna be. But I'm gonna do an actual like holiday stuff for this month, which is October. But anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and let things go from here. See you all next time. Bye bye.